Welcome back to the Makeup Gourmet. It's time for our brand of the day. Now we're going to investigate advanced skincare solutions. Now with us is Jennifer Fick. She is the Director of Clinical Operations of the Epicenter Med Spa. And also with us is Margaret Mitchell, the founder of Epicenter Med Spa. So Margaret, how are you?
Great, thanks.
Jennifer, how you doing?
Great.
All right,
you.
well, all right. So people want to know, Epicenter Med Spa. Now that's a phrase that's been around for a while, but as I understand it, you were the first company to call themselves that. Is that correct?
This is true.
So what does the phrase mean, med spa?
Our concept of a medical spa is a skincare center and a doctor's office combined under one roof to be able to help patients achieve their cosmetic results in a relaxed and comfortable setting.
Thank you, because you know, anytime I walk into a spa for a massage, what have you, you got the oils going, the smell, immediately you're like,
Right.
ugh. You walk into a doctor's office, all I smell is alcohol, I see stainless steel, and I sort of tense up. And that's not
Right.
what we want to do, right?
Right,
Right,
exactly.
good. How long have you guys been around?
We have just celebrated our 9th year in business here in San Francisco.
Wow, congratulations. Now I do understand that there is a one treatment that's sort of founded, or that your whole service has been founded upon. What is that treatment?
Yes, my co-founder, Patrick Bitter Sr.,
Yes.
Cosmetic dermatologist in the Bay Area for more than 40 years, developed a treatment protocol, which I think Jennifer's going to explain a little bit.
Right.
Which is the ultimate in skin rejuvenation.
What is it
yes.
called?
It's the photofacial.
Now, photofacial, see, that's really neat, because I've heard of photofacial. I know people that get photofacials, so, but you were the first to do it, but now are there other offices that provide that service as well?
Photofacial today is done around the world. We are actually a training center for physicians that come from everywhere to learn this treatment protocol.
Serious, San Francisco is the center for photofacial.
It's the epicenter.
Oh, very funny. Oh, and that's the only epicenter I want to have happen in San Francisco, by the way.
Yes.
All right, Jennifer, I have some questions for you. Why does the client come to the med spa? What is she looking for, and what is she going to find?
Our clients come to our med spa because they've had facials, they've had microdermabrasions, chemical peels,
Right.
but they're looking for something to really boost their collagen production or remove capillaries or reduce the appearance of brown spots, improve
Right.
fine lines.
Right.
So they're looking for stuff that it's a step beyond
All right.
a
So
spa procedure.
What do you have that does that?
Well, if we start with skin rejuvenation.
All right.
So we start with the photofacial procedure. The
Please.
photofacial is
Yeah.
a series of treatments developed by Patrick Bitter Sr., who is our founding medical director.
Right.
Primarily, initially for the treatment of rosacea, telangiectasia, flushing, and then subsequently sun damage. And ultimately, we found that it also improved pores and fine lines and skin texture.
Now, how does that compare to, say, Retin-A in terms of how it restructures the skin? Do they work somewhat similarly or not?
They're very synergistic,
Right.
but they're not similar product.
I see.
Per se. Retin-A is a home care product that we have many of our patients use because we know it has a lot of properties as far as skin rejuvenation, but it's a product, not a treatment per se.
I see.
Photofacial works by heating up collagen and connective tissue to actually stimulate further collagen production.
Oh, so you're encouraging collagen production in the skin. It's like a stimulation in
Through
the skin.
heating.
Through heat.
Through heat and light.
If I'm experiencing the treatment, is my skin going to feel warm? Is that the sensation I'm going to get?
A slight sensation of warm, you'll see a bright light. We put a cooling gel on the skin, and it's a very quick procedure.
Well, you know what? I have seen before and after. I've seen results, and it is incredible. So people, again, like you were saying, the rosacea, the capillaries, what have you, the hyperpigmentation, that all of that it's remarkable. So the other thing that I'm curious about are the injectables. Because some people are afraid of
Yes.
needles, what have you. But I know that there's a Botox, there's a Restylane. Could you tell me a little bit more about that? Do you provide that service?
We do.
You do.
We do a lot of Botox and a lot of fillers in our office.
I see.
When we're trying to determine whether a person is a candidate for either Botox or fillers,
Yes.
we look at their face and we do an analysis to see are they losing volume or do they have a lot of excess muscle activity that if we could just tone that down a little bit, we could reduce the tension on the skin and reduce the fine lines and wrinkling as a result.
I'm curious, what is the percentage of men to women that come to you for services?
In our practice, we have fairly consistently had about 30 to 35% men in our
30
office.
to 35%
from
men
the
come
beginning,
to you?
We have a lot of men in our practice.
Really?
Yes.
And what is their number one treatment? I mean, what do men come to you for? What is their concern, say, that might be different from a woman's concern, or is it different?
I think the concerns are all the same, but maybe the path is a little bit different as far as how we treat men's skin as opposed to women's. A lot of men don't want to have a lot of downtime. They don't want people to know that they're having these things done. And that's just not exclusive to them.
So
but
men are
we
more
do
vain,
see that.
is basically it, right? We don't want anybody to know we have anything going on.
And they don't want
Maybe
to use
they're
a
just
lot
shy.
of product
Oh, maybe,
either.
see
They're
how
just
nice
shy
you
about their
are.
skincare.
See, Epicenter Med Spa. Heart right here.
That's right.
That's good. All right, so now beyond that, what if someone really wants some reconstructive surgery, I mean, a plastic surgery? Do you also provide consultations for that, and you provide those services?
We don't do surgery or surgical consultation specifically at the Epicenter Med Spa. What we do is we try to buy a lot of our patients some time.
I
A year or
see.
two here or there, but when they're ready and when we've kind of exhausted our arsenal, if you will,
Right.
then we refer them to our medical director, and that is Scott Mosser.
Right.
He's a board certified plastic surgeon.
Yes.
And what he does is the consultation and then ultimately onto a surgical procedure if that's what they choose.
And away they go. So when you say buy some time, basically you say, look, seriously, you don't need to tuck just yet, what have you. Sit down, let us groom your skin, let us make you feel better about your skin with some other treatments that are, I would say, less invasive.
Yes.
And then at that point, if you're still not satisfied, then you suggest moving on.
Yes.
I think that's a really healthy approach. You know, and I think being a med spa, I really sense through our conversation with both of you now and prior, is that really you have sort of the well-being of your client, you know, in mind. You know, you want them to feel good about themselves. So for our client that's out there, you know, what would you suggest to her? She's nervous, he or she is nervous, doesn't know if they want to come see you or not. What can you tell them that can at least get them in through the door so that perhaps they can discover what they can use?
We always offer a complimentary consultation for all of our patients. As a matter of fact, we require you to come in and sit down so we can talk to you and find out what your goals are, so we can create a plan to achieve those goals and a timeline that fits your lifestyle and everything else.
Now, does that require an appointment? Do I need to call you?
Yes, you do need to call for a consultation.
Great. Well, Epicenter Med Spa, Margaret Mitchell, the founder, Jennifer Fick, Director of Clinical Operations, both very awesome. They're here in San Francisco, 450 Sutter. So I want to thank you very much for providing this information, because I know, especially the woman who's watching this particular episode, this is the information that they really want to know. So thank you so much for being here. Margaret, thank you so much. Well, that's it for another episode of Makeup Gourmet. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Well, that's it for another episode of Makeup Gourmet. I hope you learned a few tips today. Now, I want to remind you that you're not alone when you go shopping. Available as a download at makeupgourmet.com is my book, Cosmetic Counter Survival Guide: How to Buy the Right Skincare and Makeup. Now, this guide will answer all the questions you need to ask yourself before you go shopping. That way, every purchase is a successful one. Also, remember the right tools for the right job. That's why I made available to you my 12-piece All-Pro brush set. Now, with this set, it will provide you with every brush you need in order to apply your makeup perfectly every single time. Well, we'll see you next time when we cook a look at Makeup Gourmet.